you've come for more science, right? I was just in the middle of studying for my molecular genetics class. The whole point of this class is understanding the role of DNA as the blueprint of the body and how it's used for construction. Cool, right? Whenever I think of construction, I generally think of houses. And when you want your house built, you want it built right. Nice, solid, good construction. The same thing is true of the body. We want our bodies built properly. And the only way this is possible is when it follows the blueprint, your DNA. When DNA communicates the message properly, construction flows smoothly, and the body is able to be healthy. When there are unchecked mistakes, illnesses can happen, and we don't really want that. After our chat, I hope that you will be able to understand how important it is to have the appropriate flow of information from DNA, the blueprint, all the way through to the final end product, your body. Let's talk a little bit about construction. All successful construction results from the execution of a clear and concise plan. The blueprint designed by the architect is the original plan that's guiding you every single step of the way. It has all the appropriate details and criteria for a successful job. The foreman receives messages from the architect who's read the blueprint, and he's able to communicate this idea to the builders. Each builder has their own specialty which they can excel in, whether it be plumbing or roofing or tiling. Each of their respective jobs comes together to form the finished product, your house. When we think of construction like this, it doesn't just happen outside. Your body also goes through construction of sorts. DNA, as defined by the American Scientific Heritage Dictionary, is deoxyribonucleic acid. This is the blueprint which laid out guides the construction of your body. DNA, much like a blueprint, is written in a specific manner. Blueprints typically have jargon that can only be understood by architects. DNA has a specific sequence of letters that can only be read by a few molecules within the cells. When DNA is converted to RNA, ribonucleic acid, it's the same as the architect telling the foreman instructions. This is a way of translating a difficult message into a much simpler form that can then be passed on to others. This process is called transcription. Subsequently, when the foreman tells the builders what to do, this parallels the process of translation. Translation is the conversion of RNA into protein. And these proteins, much like the builders, working together, all combined make the full product, your body. When we think about these processes going from DNA to RNA to protein, there's communication involved. But unfortunately, whenever there's communication, there can be errors. Errors in the process of communication with construction can lead to a financial burden. Errors when it comes to the process of your body can lead to ailments such as cancer or other critical diseases. Sometimes, because so much is going on, messages can get mixed and mangled. In construction, poor communication from the architect to the foreman can lead to improper sizing of pipes, of tiles, of doors, and then things don't fit. These improper sizings generally lead to the house getting broken down or worn sooner rather than later. If your plumbing doesn't fit, then the water is going to gush out and then it's going to corrode and everything's going to be bad. In the same way, poor messages from DNA to RNA can lead to functional issues. These functional issues might be things such as cancer. According to the American Cancer Society, cancer is uncontrolled cell growth. And this can happen whenever there fails to be a stop sequence or something telling them to stop. The message just wasn't communicated. Your body has these checkpoints, like check 1, 2, 3, 4. All these checkpoints in place so that errors can get caught. But these errors aren't always caught. When errors happen, we can fix them, but for future prevention, we need to find the origin. In my lab, we look at mobile elements in the DNA and see how they affect DNA repair. There are certain sites in the genome where messages are continually getting put out that are the wrong message. My job is to figure out where these sites are, but that's another story for another time. Bob the builder, he can fix your house, but he can't fix your body. He's knowledgeable about construction, but he doesn't know DNA. Construction is a complex process, and your body, it's a complex system. Same way that we want the blueprint correctly communicated to the foreman and the builders, we want our DNA to properly communicate the message that it needs to. We want the message presented in our DNA properly communicated from DNA to RNA and RNA to protein, so we can get the full finished product. When the blueprint, DNA, is followed correctly, then the process is good. When the process is interrupted and the wrong signals are sent out, cancer can happen. It's been a pleasure talking with you guys. I gotta go back to studying.